I'm Scott Wilson, one of our leaders in Mastery Systems. We have multiple leaders in our company here tonight. You're going to hear from all of us. And in our outcome, we do a lot of imagination activation, you may have guessed. And we were imaginatively activating our spiritual alignment with you. And in our meeting a couple of hours ago, saying, what's our outcome for our meeting? Our outcome is everyone here tonight participates. So we were thinking about, why do people come to events like this? And we went around and discussed it, and kind of being in the presence of what calls people to our meetings tonight. And I invite anyone at any point in our meeting to say, here's what I came for, and here's where we're at tonight with you. You are already a member of our conscious creative community. And we are now officially having meetings like this every Thursday to keep our conscious conversation alive. And we are uh, your perpetual support system. And we are your strength and your fortress and your shield and your rock of Gibraltar. We're headquarters and home base, and really home base is where your heart is, and where you are having people all around you speaking consciously, being conscious people, and actively claiming their heart's desires and being who they are at ever more impressive levels is what we stand for. So we gave ourselves permission to just say, whatever everyone came here for tonight, it already happened. So we'll see you later. Thanks for coming. I am curious, and I'll invite anyone who has anything to share throughout this entire event tonight to express what is going on in your life, and have us unify with you for an upgrade. And we're going to start by telling you some things that are new and different for us. Robert Tennyson Stevens put a course on, what was that, guys, like about a month ago ish, 3-4 weeks ago. And what happened for each of us was we became all new. And so Robert's like, this course name is different now. It's I Am All New, because every single participant, to my knowledge, unless people were just saying the right things, we all became all new. And for me, we were talking today about what was it that moved the needle for you? What was it in our most recent live event? And it was live in person, and people also participated on Zoom. We have people here tonight who were there live, people who were there Zoom. Hopefully they'll be inspired to share. What moved the needle for me was Robert. We were all kind of in this stuck place, because Robert's a super expansive guy, right? For 56 years, he's been dancing in super consciousness. So I maybe know 5% of what is going on inside of him at any time. And so he's already way in his outcome. And the whole class, and if you've been in live events that are about transformational, elevating your next level of who you are, every now and then a person can resist. And when the group starts resisting, the facilitator's like, what's going on here? Well, Robert's a master of just moving an entire room of people upscale big time. So he said, be who you are, be 10x who you are, 100x who you are, now be 144,000 times who you are. And I'm paraphrasing. I know he said it differently. The words, it wasn't about the words for me. It was about an invitation to be 144,000 times more magnificent than this. That's big, man. So I was like, woo, 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 woo. All of a sudden I was a star. And all this stuff just burned off. The bright star is very hot and very light, and anything that wasn't, white hot in my inner glory, or wasn't anything that was other than who I am, just burned off. All this stuff just like disappeared for me. And when I'm all me, and then I make choices, my range of choices is vastly superior. My clarity of my thinking and my feeling world are clean and new and righteous. There was a new righteousness was born in me by being invited to be 144,000 times more magnificent than I'd ever been. And I'm impressed with me. I'm awesome, man. And I invite you to be impressed with you too. There's I could name 100 things out of anyone here that's amazing. So you're the fact that you're here in a human body and doing what you're doing, you're a demonstration of the fact that you're awesome. And so take whatever level of awesomeness you perceive of yourself right now and magnify it by 10. Just take a minute and be 10 times more awesome. And breathe as you do this, by the way. And now I invite you to be 100 times more loving than you've ever been, 100 times more gentle and kind than you've ever been, 100 times more patient and understanding than you've ever been. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And now 1,000x. If we do 144, it might break Zoom. So I'm going to hold back on that
cancel.
one. Cancel, clear. Yeah, exactly. So that was what moved the needle for me. And tonight we have a beautiful leader in our company named Cynthia here. And Cynthia may choose to share with you. Dr. Rick Essman is here. Alan Jepson is here. And
Alan?
Robert Alan, I called him Alan. His name's Adam, first man.
I like it.
I actually do.
Just call me Al.
You can call me Al. That was a good tee-up. So, and there are other people who were in our class live and who are here tonight, and also that were in Zoom. So is there anyone feeling inclined to, and what I'm really asking you is what moved the needle for you? And anyone, including you, Robert, something changed in our class that we had the other day, and it created we co-created an alignment in our company, which is now a lightning rod commitment to the center of the earth to bring forth God in you in a way that's true for you. And when I say God, if you have a charge on that, God is who God is for you. God in me is mine. It's none of your business, other than my God works for me. And the same is true for you. God in me loves God in you. And the kingdom of heaven is within, according to the Bible. So if the kingdom of heaven is right here, whatever's in here has to be righteous. I make up. So if you have a charge on that word, just translate it in a way that makes sense for you. And you are holy to me. So who has something to say? And I'm specifically asking in our class, what moved the needle for you? I can call on you. All right, Robert. So I'm going to ask you.
Cynthia, raise your hand. Cynthia
raised her hand. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I will unmute myself and I will go first and second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth. I will be all the top 10 because I'm 100 times bigger than what you just said I was. I am so impressed, Scott, with your sound effects. Your whole intro. Yes, I love your words and your sound effects. Way to go, dude. I mean, your sound effects were fantastic.
What sound effects? You talking about the song that I played?
The music was great. Okay, gotcha. As you were talking, all the things that went on with your words. There's so much more than just your words. So yes, fantastic.
Thank you.
I raised 4 little boys and they were all about sound effects. And so I know what it's like for little boys to have sound effects. So thank you for filling my little boy bucket today with all of your fantastic sound effects. Yes.
You're welcome.
So in the recent class, one of the things that really worked for me is Bob coming back to already done. He would go off on a little bit and then he would come right back to already done. This is, or imagine, already done. Those 2 words have resonated with me for the past several weeks with already done, with whatever it is we're rolling out, whatever it is we're talking about in our meetings, whatever it is that's happening in my personal life, in my surroundings that don't really exist because it's all me, and already done, again and again and again, already done. It takes, let us go back to my early eye readings of compulsion and doing it all off the table. And my iPhotos absolutely early on revealed, ooh, gotta have to, all these little wavy fibers of things that are on my to-do list. And already done erases my to-do list.
Can you, I'd like to jump in there and ask you to distinguish for us. So you say already done, move the needle for you. How can we apply the concept already done in our lives right now?
Figuring out the how. So when I start with my decree, somebody, we need to require, Sharika, thank you. Okay, thanks. So when I speak my decrees, if I am in the throes of how do I make this happen, now I'm in my compulsive behavior. I'm in my got to, have to mode. Because if I'm figuring out how, then there's an energy with figuring out how. There's a peace for me and a calm for me with believing already done. One of my favorite decrees is I am already everything I desire to be. It's not a question. It's not a beg. It's not a how do I figure out how to be who I think I should be or what I think I should be or how should I present myself. None of those things matter. If it is true, and I fully in my being believe it is true, I am already everything I desire to be. There is no how, because I am created in my nowness. I am created in my everythingness. I am already created. God doesn't have to do any tweaks. He doesn't have to change anything or fix anything. Already done. And when I believe, be alive in, already done, how goes out the window? Yes. Do I still have a to-do list of, yes, there's no one else cleans my toilets but me. And I do have a to-do list. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about who I am and what I manifest. What is my highest choice? Already done.
So Bobby, she's
For
talking
me.
about imagination activation, right?
Yeah.
Coming from it's already done. Can
Well,
you
prayer? Let's just do a prayer. When you pray, ask. Now, I'm not talking religion when I talk about scripture. So it says, it took me freaking years to get to cognize what, that's a new word, cognize what it means. So it says, when you pray, okay, sure. Ask, yeah, I got that. Believing, you receive, and you receive. And I used to think believing was like a mental state. And then I realized the word believe means to be alive in. And then, so, dear God, I choose this, X, Y, and Z. Thank you. Now, how do I believe I be alive? Thank you. Now that you've given, it's already done. I don't figure anything out about how to get it. I walk by the faith of it already here. Not what do I have to do to get it to happen? The how is not up to me. The angels do the how. The invisible side of life does the how. So again, in the imagine, that's like scripture straight up. Okay. Another one, before you have, I get all excited. Can you all tell? Can you tell I get a little excited? So,
and I'm holding it so close because I'm as excited as you are. Go ahead.
You just interrupted me. Just kidding, honey.
Yes, I did.
And by the way, as those of you that we have instructorships coming up, many of you people were going to get so enthusiastic, they're going to cut you off in the middle of your sentence, which Cynthia has done, but she and I both, we go, lock it down, buddy. Just lock it down. And then, all right. Before you have asked, I have answered. Ooh. Ooh, anyone? Before you have asked, I have answered. This is the universe, and quantum physics says that. So for me, I mean, I've got a whole, obviously, litany. I did the class, I gave the class, and I got the class, and I'm all new. And I really believe it's sticking with until I made new. How many love the idea of like a recommit to one? And when I did the, well, now double where you are. Let's say you're playing 125, double it. Now do it 10 times. Now do it 100 times. Now do it. It's easier to do 1,000 times 125 than it is 1-to-1, because we're working with grace. How many love the idea of going, oh, I believe I'll go 144. Yes or no? And Zoom keeps working. Oh, yeah. So that's what I
Another one of my scriptures that I go to is faith is believing before I see it. And I'll admit, I used to decree allopathically. I used to decree to get it, to wait to see if it's going to happen or whatever. Is this really true? And faith is believing, just like Bob said, being alive in it before I see it. If I am alive in it and walk in it before I see it, then I will see it. That's how it works. I had no idea when I first started. I thought, okay, well, I keep saying this and keep saying it and keep saying it till I believe it. No, I believe it first. And then I see it. Period. Go ahead.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So what if, so when we were having our meeting earlier, we talked about, again, the reasons people come, the reasons you're here tonight. And we realized there's at least one thing each of us is up to in our lives that we're in the process of empowering, or that we're voting victory on, or that we're standing in the firmament of creativity in our lives. So what if, try on for size, like wear it like a helmet. It's already done. Whatever is most important
Can
to
I add
you,
one in on that? That what I'm coming to this understanding. Can I please, Scott? Can I?
please.
Okay, great. I'm
You
just
interrupted
having
me
fun.
interrupting you earlier.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
how many of you have found something major is not working for you in your life? And maybe not for 5 minutes, maybe more like for 5 years. And even more now than ever before. I like the Ruben's hand of 5, maybe 5. All right. So if whatever's not working and try to fix it, maybe it's not to be fixed. Maybe we get to speed up to all new. So if we look at energy and the idea of dispensations of light, Greg Braden wrote Awakening to Zero Point, how the planet's gone through a frequency shift, and how we're, the plus and minus, the yin and the yang, the right and the wrong is dissolved into like now. I call it love point, now point. And so when we started this class that we're talking about, I realized, all right, I just stayed with simple tools, really, really the basic fundamental simple tools, until the frequency of what we were saying landed and we became new. And so anyone that can be on our team, we've been, well, what about this? What about that? We're doing this, we're doing that. No, I cannot operate from my old self and have my new self show up. I have to do 100% everything brand new. I can't drag my little red wagon along of what I like and try to get it through the veil of I am, the open door that no man can shut. Cynthia, go ahead, dear.
I repainted mine, still trying to drag it in for a while.
And how'd that work? Go ahead, Ricky.
You're muted, dude.
Did you repaint it with conscious language?
Yes, and red still. And still
Yeah.
red. Yes.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
right wrong of red color and conscious language. Both. Yes.
Well, let's take that again. I'm in this right now. We just did all this stuff, but I'm still, I'm new moment to moment to moment. What does that mean? If I just stay present and focus and trust and listen, and again, for me, I don't make choices by anything I've known before. I'm inviting you to this now. If I make choices only, and Helena would say anything less than, or Helena, my beloved, who's on the other side of, anything less than my highest choice contains within it self-sabotage. But think about that. If we're going to have our creator furnish our world and we're going to settle for something not our highest choice, we are not worth our salt. How many get that? So it has to be our highest choice. And how many have gone, well, I'm going to dumb it down a little bit. I'm not going to play quite that much. I'm willing to settle for, Adam, go ahead.
Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all else shall be added unto us. So meaning that's exactly what y'all have been talking about, and Cynthia is saying already done. If I am not doing what my heart is calling me to, what God has called me to, and I'm focused on this, that, or the other, first that's treacherous, that's a sin, and I'm not going to have anything happen for me if I don't take care of what's my top priority.
Yeah.
So that's that's come up for me big time since our class is like, oh man, there's a lot of crap that just fell in my lap because I wasn't following my heart and I had put things to a side hoping like they would just fall away. So it's just very important. And I've been diligent about this since our class of seek ye first and being brand new and back to the basic core fundamentals. That's how we have our victory every single time.
And I'm going to add in My Word Made Flesh, those that have done the book, there's step 1 is take the charge off. How many have crap going on in your life or repeating patterns going on in your life or something you don't like? And how many have a little bit of a frump going on about it? I'm going to have a big frump that you try. I'm fine. Everything's fine. You know, come on, how many know I'm talking about? So if I just the other day, something happened for me really big. I told my team, I'm sitting in it. I'm just going to sit and not move. And I said, vote my victory. And I had my team vote I could feel elevation. I just sat and I loved, come on, what else? Come on, what else? I love you. It's okay. Sit right there, way over there.
In
But
the other room.
yeah, well, but the point is, the minute I let, not like, oh, I don't even want to admit this. Come on in. However big you are, my God is that big and bigger. I'm going to love you just the way you are. This is the rule of the game.
Yeah.
Not I'm going to love you to get you to move to the positive side. Nope. This is huge, kids. And this is where I believe it takes a community, which is what we're about tonight. It takes like how many love, like Misery Loves Company? How many have ever heard that? Can't So Clear. How many love Victory Loves Company? Miracle
Yes.
Love Company. Anybody's got a miracle, I'm going, come on, tell me about it. Come on. I love it. Like Chicken Soup for the Soul. How many have noticed there's a
Yep.
few of those next to somebody's bathroom? I don't have those. But how many sit there like 4 hours later, your legs are asleep going, oh, that's a good story too. Can I get in there? No, my legs are asleep. I can't move, man. So anyway, so why do we love victory? Because it elevates us. So for me and Adam, I know this. How many love the idea of whatever's up, just sit with it and love it? And that's what we did in this class. Yo, fear, I love you just the way you are. And stay in it. Yo, anger, yo, lack, yo, limitation, yo, confusion. And again, the minute we touch anything, our spirit is doing the touching.
Yep.
How many love that? Our spirit is light. Our spirit is all powerful, whatever name you give it. So this 5 things I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel, was the basis of the class we just did, which is the basis of I Am All New. It's the basis of My Word Made Flesh, the book that came out. And what I choose to share with everybody is the illusion is over. And that means every limitation is over. It's no longer supported. I recommend we don't support it, but we don't resist it. We touch it with love.
Yes.
And we just stay. I touch and I stay. I touch and I stay. I love, I breathe, I feel. I touch and I stay. And we literally, do you all get what built you is spirit? That's our anointed self. Whatever name you give it, for me, it's my Christ self. And so it's your belief. It's got to be your way, my belief, my way. And do you get, if God is for me, I don't need to ask the rest of it who could be against me. No, God is me.
Yep.
How many like it? God is for me, therefore who could be against me? I don't care about who could be. If God is, then God is. There can't be anything outside of God. God is the only presence and power acting here. So what I'm inviting us to do right now, because we can, is to have everyone realize our victory, our miracles are right here waiting for us to agree with them by forgiving everything else with love.
Yep.
And loving every experience, whether we like it or not. Love it as passionately as you love your happiness. Love everything equally the same. And miracles transpire, period.
And in our meeting earlier today, one of our outcomes for our meeting today is every single person in our meeting, you get what you came here for, and 10x what you came here for.
That's it.
What's happening in your life right now that would have you come to our meeting and invite next level elevation of who you are. We already said yes to, and for us, it's already done. So now that you got ABC, what you're working on and building in your life, now that it's already done, what's new and different for you is that imagination activation training. Bob's been teaching for more than a quarter of a century how to go to our outcome like it's already done. So who here has something quote unquote big up in your life, and you'd welcome some input in how to use imagination?
And before we start, I'll come back to Scott in a minute. Vote victory right now. And again, do it your way, but I'm going to share my way. So I recommend that you all try it out. Say, I am my own permanent victory in the light.
Victory in the light.
Say it again. I am my own permanent victory in the light.
I am my own permanent victory in the light.
And then whoever's speaking, vote their victory. I am your permanent victory in the light. That way, when I'm voting victory, it's been said, I believe it's true now, I keep 60% of what I seemingly send out. I actually just give it to me. And by the law of the tide that comes back to me tenfold. So while anyone shares anything, we're blazing saddle voting their victory. And when I say I am your permanent victory in the light, that's not a request. That is not a request. That's an I am. That's a done deal. That's a home run. That's a fact. So speak it like I am your permanent victory in the light. I am my own permanent victory in the light. That again, the I am is a done deal. I is God, am is action. And for me, when I first started, I had to say I am that I am my own permanent victory in the light, because I had a little I hanging out in the big I. So like Rastafarian, I and I are glad to see you, man. You know, they knew about the little I and the big I. So I recommend you make sure only your big I is doing the job. Go ahead, Scott.
There's a way that you can raise your hand in this system. Where is it? In the chat, in the participant? Okay, so Ruben, I said it and up come two hands. So Ruben got there first. Although ladies first. Ruben, are you in Texas? Cynthia, I'm from Texas and he's in Texas. So ladies first.
Oh, really? Before we
Come on,
start,
his
hang on-
feminine, he was
hang on one-
identifying with the feminine creative. Come on, let him
hang on
have
one
it, man.
second. Before we
Okay.
start,
He
Sharika,
got
can you
there
mute
first.
yourself, please? Sharika, can you mute your?
Okay,
Sharika?
Ruben.
I got her.
Thank you.
Ruben.
You're on, Ruben. Just speak
Yes.
your feminine voice. And
Hola.
Yeah.
Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
Yes, muy bien. I am lovely. I'm fantastic.
Amen. You raised your hand. Speak.
Yes. Okay, here we go. I've been working on this for a while. 6 years old, I remembered that this was at my home, and I developed feelings of abandonment. I spoke to the sky and I said, why did you put me here? I just want to go back home. And that speech created a separation, you know. And so the feelings of abandonment are continuing to show up in certain ways, like relationships, and also like with home, and not having a home for such a long time. So yeah, I've
Can I
been
jump in
working
there?
on this for a long time. Yeah.
So you said, I heard you there were a couple of language keys. And first of all, everyone is voting Ruben's victory and continue to vote his 144,000X, turning into a star, like I talked about earlier, victory, because it's already done. This is already all resolved. What I've learned is that when we're at our cusps of creation and in a moment of renewal, in the birth canal, if you will, when we're speaking about what's going on, the words that come out to demonstrate, to show us that their operating system is less than aligned. I'll say it that way. And I heard a couple of things, and Robert, Cynthia heard it. Those of us who are trained heard it, and it's easy training to learn really quickly. You may have even heard it yourself, but you talked about the feelings of abandonment, and I'm just curious, whose feelings are you feeling?
Yes, my feelings.
And how do you feel? What you're feeling? Tell me your feeling that you're feeling.
Out of place.
All right, with permission, abandonment, is that a feeling?
Is abandonment a feeling?
Yes. No, it's a mental state.
Mm.
Out of touch, is that a feeling?
That's a mental state also.
Good job. Now, we're making progress. Oh, yeah, yes. So with permission, I'm jumping in. So just say I ignite home everywhere I go.
I ignite home wherever I go.
No, everywhere I go.
Everywhere I go.
I ignite home everywhere I go.
I ignite home everywhere I go.
Do you now
everywhere
know
I go?
Yep, everywhere I go. You're doing great. Do you realize that you came here to bring home everywhere you go? Yes or no?
I acknowledge that now.
It's a yes or no question.
Yes, yes.
Good job. And the yeah, it's not wrong. I'm just making sure that's a yes. So it's like, honey, will you marry me? I will marry you. What's missing in that response? What's missing?
The yes.
Yeah, the yes. The scripture, again, it says anything other than yea, yea, or whoop, whoop, nay, nay is an error, sin, or missing the mark. So again, let your yea be yea. So now do you get, oh, so in other words, abandon, you left you, yes or no?
Yes.
So now, honey, I'm home. Say it, honey, I'm home.
Honey, I'm home.
It's going to be emotional. Can you feel yourself running from sadness? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wuss. Me too. Me too. So no judgment. How many have been running from emotion? Emotion means against. So just say, yo, sadness.
Yo, sadness.
I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
And what's happening in you?
Emotions are moving.
Into what?
My joy.
Yeah. And whose emotions?
My emotions.
Say it again. My feeling. Try it.
My feelings.
Say it again.
My feelings.
I love my feeling.
I love my feelings.
Say it again.
I love my feelings.
I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
Say it again.
I touch and I stay.
Are you running just a little bit right now?
Yes.
All right. Say, yo, running self.
Yo, running self.
I love me wherever I run.
I love me wherever I run.
Here's where your head goes. No, I really don't. It was a short, not wrong, not wrong. Vote
Yeah.
is victory, kids. So what happens is once somebody comes and has whatever's going on, abandonment from 6 and blah, 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 we begin literally to bring heaven on earth about the topic right here, right now, this quickly. So now do you get, I love myself even if I run? Yes?
Yes.
I love myself even if, like, yo, abandonment. I love you. And do you see how you literally begin to knit and embody a whole new level where abandonment cannot exist? Is it possible for your spirit to abandon you?
No.
No, we'd all be dead. So the thought did that. Got it? So I return home, I touch and I stay. And so this thing I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel, in my experience is, wow. We come home and what have you felt about being abandoned? Having to come to earth?
Unsupported.
Say it again.
Unsupported.
So that's what you don't feel. What do you feel? Is what you don't feel. Now, again, I don't have mine. Oh, yeah, I do. I've got one over here. Not mine. Hold on. I have to do this. That's your me self. Got it? So your me self is in there going, whoa. So instead of unsupported, I feel what?
Lack.
That's not a feeling.
That's not a feeling.
One moment. Okay. Vote
Bobby,
victory,
when you do
kids.
that, we don't hear that cow thing.
You don't hear it at all? Really? Well, I've got a muter on that. What can I say? So now what's happening? Vote victory. Because do you get this
Yes.
whole thing is the
Yeah.
opposite of who you are.
So there's the sorrow and grief.
There is.
My sorrow and my grief.
Say yo sorrow,
Yo, sorrow.
yo grief.
Yo, grief.
I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
And what's happening in you as you touch and stay?
My stomach's turning clockwise.
And clockwise is positive. That's joy returning.
Mm.
And that the grief and joy that's the gut. That's exactly where it is. Counterclockwise is death. Clockwise is life forever. Me love me. Say it.
Me love me.
Say it again.
Me love me.
Say it again.
Me love me.
Now, as you're still guarding, yes or no?
No.
A little?
Yes.
Got it. Not wrong. So you just say, I recommit to my next level. I come in stronger. Yes?
Yes, I command stronger.
Yeah. And just say I play 125%.
I play 125%.
So instead of abandoning yourself, what do?
Stay.
I stay.
I stay. I feel.
No,
I touch.
yes, you got it. And the way I see it is we were when we came to earth, we ate from the fruit of the tree. This is metaphor. We ate from the fruit of the tree of the knowledge or thinking of right and wrong, good and evil, and fell from union or grace and became embarrassed. And we were cast around the world without a name, and our name is I am. And so you would say something without an I. How many? Everyone say, I reclaim my I.
I reclaim my I.
I reclaim my I am.
I
I
reclaim
reclaim my I am.
And so now do you get I am? The only thing that happened is you again, everybody might have gone through this. Everyone here was living in union before we came here. And not only that, we went through a holodeck of right and wrong, good and evil, and became embarrassed, shame, blame, guilt, and having to figure out what to do to hide our embarrassment. So
And
now
Robert, he's an answer to our prayer. He said, and we're an answer to his prayer as well. Reuben said that he felt like he wasn't at home. You, in my heart, they say home is where your heart is, brother. As soon as I saw your face the first time and heard your voice the first time, I was like, homie, that's my homie right there. So I'm home in you, man. So that was the illusion that we're separated is why we created our conscious community and why we're building it. This is our inaugural event for people coming home and being in home in you puts me in home in me, where there's a unification of me inside of me, and your unification inside of you is why we're here expanding love on our planet. So thank you, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I didn't mean to completely cut you off there, Robert. If you still
I love it. This is short term, and how many love, vote victory, and we get our own. Yes, I'm going to get that. And by the way, to come to earth, EART, HEART is heart. So we came in separation to come back to union in love, heart, earth, heart.
And the word here is also in there. Hear your heart. Cynthia.
Hi.
Hola, amiga.
Hey, thanks
Hey.
for opening this up for us to share. I'm at home with all of you, and I am one of your teachers about to, in training. And I know you're my family, and I'm excited about getting to know all of you and wanted to share what I've been up to this last week. When Robert, when you're talking about we were embarrassed, I literally was embarrassed. I had a bare ass last week because I was in the hospital. I was aware of being in the gown and my butt's hanging out. The nurses are helping me go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh wow, this is okay. I agreed to allow my body to be operated on, and they discovered a large tumor in my colon that they said tested as cancer, and it was starting to, what's the word they used? It was partially blocking, and I allowed them to go ahead and cut it out, and part of the colon and some of the lymph nodes that are along that. And I am so happy to be home recovering. I feel great. It's only been a few days, and I am loving my belly. I'm recovering. It feels like I feel when I hold my belly, one of the things that I was not expecting was the emotions that would come as I would hold my belly and say to it, I love you, my belly. I love you, my belly. And I would just start crying because I just felt this overwhelming love. And it's almost as if in the past, I think I abandoned my belly. I would criticize it because I have felt a lot of stress from being overworked and putting my jobs and being an overachiever. I've put a lot of effort into that and abandoned my own physical needs. And I would say out loud, what's it going to take for me to put my physical needs first? Wow. And I found out cancer. Yeah. Like, all right, so I've been speaking and I say every day, I can and I am. I can and I am. And I really feel good about this new part of me that is not just mending, but I have a sense that some old things have been cut out and the new things are being formed inside of my body, and a new love for my organs, a new love for my guts and my body and me. I love me. And how wonderful that I can take time off from work and still be paid and still be supported. And I
Yeah.
just, and Jody Hassel's on here. She's like one of my closest loves. So I just love Jody. Hi, Jody. Hi, sweetheart. I'm on a very special team with her, and we talk pretty much every day. And to know that some of you are going to be to me as Jody is really exciting to me. And I have the new books. I have all 3 of the books. And yes, that one. I have the other, and I'll be able to begin to join you in the training that's coming up. I did not join this last one as I was in the hospital, and to be honest, parts of being in there was tough on me. It was a little scary. It was a little just uncomfortable to have tubes and things hooked up to you, and painful and things like that. And I believe that I could feel people voting my victory. I could feel the support from so many different communities. And in fact, there's a lot of really important people in my life that I didn't even tell this to. I didn't even tell them about this. I didn't want them to be worried. I didn't want them to be putting energy into it. And I think the thing I wanted to say the most is I have a sense right now that we're on a we're at a threshold. We, like me and everyone around me, we're walking through a threshold into some newness that's very exciting. And I look forward to all that I am going to be serving. I can serve. I am serving. I am tingling all over right now. Oh my God.
I just love you from the moment I saw your face. So Robert had a great conversation with Jody yesterday, and she had talked with Cynthia, a while back, and Annie, their partner in Joy, are having you and I on their podcast next week with Tank and some other folks they're bringing us their community, and they're coming to our instructor class in August. And she said when she met you, she felt like she'd known you forever. And just out of curiosity, with the medical procedures she's gone through, can you relate to any of that, Robert?
He's so silly. Having just had my own version of that a year ago.
Oh, really?
Yep. And so, again, if you will go through the assimilation, digestion, and elimination of my Word Made Flesh, and I did a light version of it, then a medium version, and a full version of it, because it's so important. So the large intestine is how, like, we take food in, goes in the stomach. That's what we took in. Small intestine is how we utilize what we've taken in. Large intestine is how we feel about it. And so every time you said the part, it, the part, that, it, that, it, whatever, say me. Just say me.
Me.
My body.
My body.
And move from my colon.
My colon.
Yeah, my feeling world. Me, love me. And then, again, it's all about feeling. Yes. So, and both Victory Kids have complete, restored. I love what I do. I love what I feel. And also now how many have ever worked? Gotta, have to, must, gotta, need, gotta. And that's not good for us. Cancel all that. So doing what we love, that's an aspect of being made all new. Yes, Cynthia?
Yes.
Yeah. And what do you love to do?
I love creating and expressing. I love music and singing and gardening and teaching. I love teaching.
Now I like this. Go. I love teaching.
I love
teaching. And not wrong. It's just there's a no about it. So how about I love inspiring my world?
I love inspiring my world.
Yeah, good. Awesome.
I would also add, I trust my gut.
I trust my gut. I trust myself.
Yes.
For the longest time, I did not, and I do now. I do now.
And I trust my feelings.
I trust my feelings.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Rick.
That was a Dr. Rick adjustment.
Yay! Yay!
Hmm. So there's at least 4 people here tonight who are joining us in our instructor training. August 4, 5, 6 is our next, or actually we have an I Am All New event on June 23, 4, 5, and you can attend. It's actually only Zoom. It's the first time we're doing it only virtual in a while. Right, Robert? Actually, it's
Yeah.
the first time I Am All New is ever being done in the history of Earth, the very first one. And then we're doing another I Am All New August 4, 5, 6. And then the 7th and 8th, for those who stay on with us, will be instructor certification training for people to teach the course they just went through. So if you're a yes on any of that, or even a maybe, you can go to our homepage, or I'm happy to get on the phone with you. Email me at scott@masterysystems.com. One way or another, if you're on our instructor team, come on. And instructor, that may be up for you after you take our class. So June 23, 4, 5, August 4, 5, 6, on the right side of masterysystems.com on the homepage, or something to click there. Give yourself the gift of 144,000 times you.
And I'm going to share one thing about the one-to-one. How many can read a book and get something out of it? But being in person with each other, the heart-to-heart is what's required now. How many get, I mean, how many, I live in the mountains of Western North Carolina. It is rural, which I think is a funny word, rural. I just know. And everybody waved. As soon as the rice-a-rona is what I call it happened, people stopped waving. They stopped waving. I was like, what? That fear, whatever it is. So let's get heart to heart. And that's where having someone in each community with the skill set that we're sharing. And once somebody starts with I Am All New, they'll be able to go to Sacred Body Language Translation. It's a next version, bioopticalography, My Word Made Flesh. There's all kinds of next steps. So those that really choose to be the go-to person for somebody to be in a conscious metamorphosis, that's what we're bringing.
Here. So it's been a lot of talk from company leadership, and a couple of people stepped up to the plate. Ruben and Cynthia, thank you. I love you. You know I do, and I know you love me too. So is there anyone else who has any questions or any comments or things to share, or is ready to have?
May's hand went up.
May's hand is up. I don't see it. Okay, May. Let's hear from Miss May. Hi.
Thank you. I love what we're doing. Every Thursday, I am still being fed. Years later, I am still being fed. I still feel my support and my back feels supported. I feel my full support from my team. I feel my angels support me in whatever I do, whatever I ask, whatever I command. They are there for me. And today we had a follow-up from our class, which I choose to call Moral Transformation. And one of the ladies who had backed out from speaking publicly about her military experience got to hear our testimony and just listened. And at the last 10 minutes of our class, they asked me, do you have any feedbacks? I said, I have a question from this lady. And I said, I'd like to ask, what did she like about what she heard? She said, that thing you said that when you're freaking out and you said, breathe through it, what did you say? I said, I love, I breathe, I stay. I said, I love, I breathe, I stay. I said, those are the only things I could get out at the moment. I said, and then I remember, I said, I can, I am. I said, but God in me can. God in me can. She goes, I like that. She said, I needed to hear that. I will sign up for the next class and I will remember that. She said, because I want to speak publicly. She said, but I was freaking out. I was afraid. And she said, but that thing that you said, she said, I want to do that. Right there. And I was like, God, we want to do that. I said, our ladies need to hear this. I said, our community is building. I said, I choose to be that light to bring this to our ladies to finally they can see the light in them and do the thing they were meant to do here on earth. I have my books.
I'm talking about for her.
Yeah.
Give her the language keys. What is this, $20? This is give people their lives back. This one was, I think, $65. She'll become an anointed angel in the army of light. So thank you. So what she said was, she said a few words in an aligned way, and it caused another person to heal who was simply listening. That's how powerful our words are. That's how powerful our words are. Stefana said, are you talking about this one or this one? You can get both of these on masterysystems.com. My Word Made Flesh has distilled 56 years of Robert's brilliance, inspired.
Let's try again, Scott. Conscious Language is available on masterysystems.com. My Word Made Flesh is available at masterysystemspublishing.com. Those are two different places.
Really? We don't sell this on our
Yes.
website? I should know this.
No. Yes.
By the way, Scott,
You do know
I
this
just found
now.
out myself.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for
So my
updating me
word-
on that.
My Word
Masterysystems
Made
dot-
Flesh is masterysystemspublishing.com. Conscious Language is
We'll make sure we have a link so we can
masterysystemsdot.com.
get people
Yeah.
to it.
Yes,
So
yes,
so
we'll
Maggie, when
definitely
you
have
watch
a-
this recording tomorrow, make a picture of this as a link and click it to where they can buy it from our
Yeah,
website.
really.
Yes.
That's
Peggy,
Just
an important piece of
clarification.
information.
Peggy
Thank you.
posted the link in our chat.
Thanks,
Good job,
Peggy.
Thank you. Thank you. I love our
Yay.
action team.
Me too. I love it, May. Thank you. Thank you for being a
you-
conscious,
you-
clear communicator.
You are light, May. You're bringing it, but that's who you are. You always have been, but I am light. You're bringing it, but remember, that's who you are.
Stefana asked a question. Stefana, can you engage? Can you unmute and come visible, or do you want to talk privately? I see a question. I've done a couple of programs over a decade ago. I'm looking at what my next step would be. And I can just answer it too. Your next step is I am all new. It's an integration of 56 years. I was a Robert's student 25 years ago too. And I applied it and I made millions of dollars using our technology and did all kinds of wonderful things. And then I went unconscious and I came back, and everything that's here now that's brand new from even 10 years ago is righteous. So the answer is come to I Am All New, June 23, 24, 25. It's virtual. You can do it by Zoom. If you prefer in person, August 4, 5, 6 is I Am All New. If you say, I'm open to teaching this, then stay on for a couple of days and become an instructor. So you'll see that on our website. You can email me at scott@masterysystems.com. I will respond. In fact, in the chat, I'll put my phone number too. Text me your contact. I'll respond to you, and we will set some time to get on the horn. So that is Scott Wilson,
I
248
just
number.
put, I'm just dropping right now the link to the June registration in the chat as well. Just click the link and you can register. I'll grab the one for August and drop it in also.
Yes, and that is the next step for you to get integrated. And Stefana, if you don't have these books, definitely get your hands on these books. So a decade ago, that beautiful purple one wasn't there, and it basically is a fusion or a bringing forth of all that Robert has done. All of the most important work of over a half a century is in that book. It's a manual for manifest whatever you desire.
And you can read all your body language. There's more information on what's this mean? What's that mean? Here's the question. Here's the decree. I mean, Maggie's daughter, who was 11 at the time, Callie, once the book got shipped, the first printing of it, she took it to school and what do you got? Left knee? Okay, muck it up. Do you have this going on? And here's your decree. And I believe she still does that at 11. And, everybody's going, oh, I got my elbow. I've got my lower whatever. I mean, it is so accurate and so helpful. It gets people right to it.
Any other questions, comments, inquiries? We can stay on if anyone is requesting demonstrations or a facilitation. If you have something quote unquote up for you and you'd like to interact in a conscious way. So here we go. Marie B for Brilliant. Hi, Marie Brilliant. You got to unmute.
Yes.
Oh, we're getting better with telepathy though.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Thank you so much for this introduction. It's a friend of mine who, I guess, took your training and recommended me to follow your webinar tonight. So just to make clear, to make sure that I got everything clearly. So if I want to have an overview of what you're doing, you recommend the 2 books that you just mentioned, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that will give me a pretty good idea of what the seminars would entail. If you can explain what do we learn, or what is expected, I guess, from the seminars.
Gotcha. So we each have our own perspective from our own way. So I'll answer mine since I like talking. And Bob helped me understand I love the sound of my own voice today. So, and that's a good thing. It's my voice. For me, what I learned, Marie, was there were ways that I was speaking that were actually blocking me from having what I desire. I'll give you an example. One of my dreams was I'll use an example, to have a boat and have more time to go fishing. I enjoy fishing. And you know, if they're tasty eating fish that I catch, I throw them back if they're babies and tell them to send their grandpa. So I was like, I want a boat. I want more time to go fishing. I wish I could fish more. So when I want something, what I'm saying is I'm agreeing with the entire universe that I don't have it, which is the opposite of what Cynthia was talking about. Cynthia was like, it's already done. I want is not already done. Actually, it's creating, not having. I wish I could do something instead of I choose to get my boat. I am scheduling time to go fishing. And that may sound simple, just identifying a word I want and going, wait, that's that word that means I don't have it, and replacing that word with I choose to have, or I give myself permission. And that was a permission thing for me. I was a workaholic, working too much. I don't have time. I don't have time to fish. Everyone has 24 hours a day, but I would say I don't have time. It's another sabotaging way to prevent me from the joyfulness that I experience when I'm out on a boat on a beautiful day. So those are some examples, and there are hundreds, neighborhood of 100, 150 in English. And when you can translate this into your language, because it sounds like you have a primary language that your basic foundational language is in English. So some of it you'll translate it. We've distinguished it in English, and you can translate it, and you will identify words that come up in your normal conversation that actually are limitations and blocks on your creation. There are also limitations in consciousness. If we expect something's going to go bad, it's more likely to go bad. If we expect something to turn out really well, it's much more likely to turn out well. We earlier in this meeting, and I depending on if you were here at the beginning, you heard Cynthia talking about it's already done. Coming from a place like the desire of your heart already exists now, it's a very empowering removal system from removing anything, actually acknowledging it's not even there anyway. The illusion of not having, the illusion of not being is an illusion. So all of our technology is designed to help you in a very powerful, immediate way, identify the clearest, easiest, most graceful path to who you are. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyone else have another answer for her?
Yeah.
Adam,
You ever
Go,
seen
Alan.
a movie that has a lamp in it, and you rub it and there's a genie, and then the genie grants you wishes? Well, every single one of our technologies will help you comprehend, understand what's going on in your life, just what's going on with every aspect of your life, spiritually, physically, mentally, what your words do. I mean, everything you can imagine. Any dream that you've yet to achieve or accomplish, like, we have the tools that support you in designing and actually capturing. And there's certain spiritual laws. If you follow spiritual laws, which we surf on those things, those are our core beliefs. And Bob can speak for himself, but that's how this boy designed all this stuff. So anything you can imagine, we have it set up easily for you to just understand what's going on in your life and how to have anything you choose. Period.
Spiritual surfing.
Amen. Ricky, I think you put your hand up too.
Yes. And our languaging is our spoken word, as I clear my throat. And our languaging is our body language. And our languaging, the The magic is when we begin to feel our words, our conscious languaging. When we begin to feel our words, we activate and embody alignment. We activate and embody our aligning molecules. Just imagine the consciousness of all the molecules in our body being brought to awareness and alignment with all of our other molecules in our body. And what is the life force in the molecule that came from a plant or came from an animal? It came from the sun originally, and now it's active in us. And now we are it's like being a laser of consciousness, of alignment, where every cell in our body becomes renewed through our languaging. I am all new. When May mentioned earlier, she spoke 3 small phrases. I am all new is based upon the simple utilization of our foundation. And some of that is I can and I am. I can and I am. When I speak, I can and I am into my feet. My whole body, it vibrates and gets and receives the blessing of I can and I am. I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, and I feel are the 5 embodiment phrases from My Word Made Flesh. The power available in our feeling world with our languaging is so cool. Come and harvest. Come join us and harvest your victory. Period.
How many have molecules in there floating around going, oh yeah. I mean,
I'm upgraded by what Ricky said. Deborah, I was hoping to hear from you tonight. Hi.
I have something that is hard for me with the I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay. And I had to get off work early last week to attend. This week I got sick in the middle of the night and it was really throwing up and all that stuff. So I guess that helped me be at this meeting today. But when I was feeling bad, I would put my hand on my stomach and you say, I love, touch, I stay, I feel. And sometimes it's hard to say I love the pain or what you're going through. I love this pain. I love this bad thing. So I started saying, okay, God, help me to do this. Right. I want to learn to do this. And so it was like, God says, well, I touch, I feel, I breathe, I love with God's love.
mm-hmm. Home run.
So that's how I can love the bad stuff. I can say, okay, God, it's your love. I love with your love. I love me. I love what's going on in my body. I love whatever it is I need to love. So that was just something that I wanted to share that really helped me with that.
You are so beautiful. Stay unmuted, sister. So I heard you say it's hard. And what did you say was hard in that again?
It's hard. It's in the past, it has been hard to love whatever situation, to do this love, touch, breathe, feel, stay. So that made it easy for me when I decided, hey, I can touch with God's love.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. That's it.
Got
That's
it.
right
That's
there.
it. She actually distinguished choosing to make it easy with,
Yep.
she chose to make it easy with God without even using the words. Because when you catch yourself saying it's hard and you identify the words, it's hard, because you remember your Bible, decree a thing thus, right? By your words, you shall be justified. So when we say it's hard, and Marie, this is for you too. If you walk around saying this is hard, this is difficult, this is a struggle, we're erecting fortifications around ease. We're blocking ease. So when we identify it, the key is to go, oh, I was saying it's hard. No. Cancel, clear that out. I choose to make this easy. I give myself permission to make this easy. Let's make this fast, fun, and easy right now. So you play with the words. It's all about a shift in consciousness. You just went direct with God.
Yeah.
I love it. You're awesome.
I'm going to share one thing. Many people go, I can't love pain. Well, you can touch pain with love. How many know you can touch it with love? We're not going to agree with the pain. We're just going to saturate pain with love. And again, God's love. That's truly the only place. Also, scripture says you will know my grace because it's without effort. So how many love the idea of having grace, which means, well, no more pushing. I let there be light. So home run. So beautiful.
And this is why we get together on Thursdays.
Go ahead, May. I see your hand again, hon. Go ahead.
Okay, I just shared something that was really funny to me. So I remember Dr. Rick said something about thought freedom, and I have thought freedom. And he said, take it before you go to bed for the 3 a.m. wake ups. And Bob had said, if you have pets, have parasites. Okay, all right, I'll listen to that. And I said, I have thought freedom. Going through this moral transformation course, dreams have come back up and everything. And I had to wake up and remember my God is present, my God is present. And I used the thought freedom at night. And I woke up and I said, oh, that was a beautiful story. That was a beautiful movie I saw in my dreams. And of course, 5 minutes later, the intrusive thoughts came and I said, oh, wait, I'm going to lay right here and we're going to battle this out. Cancel battle. I felt my God watching my little self and saying, okay, what else you got? What else you got? And kind of like you do with your kids, like, okay, when you're done throwing the tantrum, you are either going to accept what I give you or you're going to walk away. And I did. And I was like, wow, the charge was dissolved. And we just sat there. And I said, at first it felt like a staring contest, but I said, I'm okay. I have nowhere else to go. I'm sitting right here and we're going to be with this. And just dissolved. And I said, okay, about 5 minutes, I said, I'm ready to get up and I'm ready to go on with my day. I am the author of my day. And I was like, whoa, I got to play. I get to play with my day. And I'm like, thank you, God, for creating a much easier way for me to just go and play with my day.
Ease is good. Whatever brings ease to my life, I'm a yes for. If it makes my life easier, if it makes other people's lives easier around me, and all of our technologies are really designed to bring grace and ease into each and every situation in your life. Every single where there's other than grace and ease, our technology will inflow grace and ease in a way that's natural and authentic and genuine and grounded, and that you experience on a cellular level. So that's some cool technology. Anyone else before we wrap up our evening? Okay. So Robert
Rachel,
is.
Rachel's got her hand up. Rachel,
Yes, ma'am. Yay.
I don't know what's going on in Louisiana, but right before the call, like I heard like thunder, so I went roll up my windows, and I got on the call. And since we've been on the call, it's been like hailing, like raining, loud lightning. So I don't know what's going on. But like I said, the lights just flickered off. But every time y'all speak of certain stuff, like the lightning would just go ba ba ba, real loud. So something's moving. So
maybe what you're hearing is hail. Yes.
Yeah. It's yeah. I'm glad I'm here and I'm back. So thank y'all for sharing, and I'm excited to be back and see what everything will unfold.
Amen. You're welcome. Glad we're here. Robert, how about closing us with some of your amazing decrees?
We have a planet right now, everyone. Let's just imagine wherever anyone is sitting, standing, whatever you're doing. Imagine legions of angels by request. So, for me, dear God, send forth your legions of angels from me, from where I am right now, in every direction, all the way around the planet, dissolving and consuming all fear in human creation in perfect divine order. And then as in the purification, the raising and replacing into peace and love, security and harmony, abundance and prosperity. And in the replacing, free from retribution. So this is grace for sure, which is called mercy. And imagine all the angels go all the way in every direction, all the way around the earth, and come back and kiss you on the cheek in completion.
Amen. Next Thursday, if you enjoyed this evening, bring someone you love, build your conscious community, and we're helping you do it. We'll see you next week.
Blessings all.
Thank you. Goodbye.